All right. So here we are at Learn Asynchronous Programming by building an fCC forum leaderboard. All right. So JavaScript is an asynchronous programming language. And this project will help us gain proficiency in asynchronous concepts. We're going to we'll code our own freeCodeCamp forum leaderboard. All right. This project will cover the fetch API promises, async await, and the try catch statement. All right. So yeah, we're just going to go in this first part to 23, and then we'll go to 46, and then we'll just, oh, there's only 55 in this? I thought there was like 67. Anyway, whatever. We'll go to 23, and then we'll do another thing later. All right, so let's get to it. I could have sworn there were 67. Whatever. All right, let's try it. Let's go. Oh, man. Hold on. Back up. All right. If we go to 23, if we go to 27, that'll be better. Okay, I'm going to change it up. The live is going to be saying 23. The live whatever says 23, but I'm going to change it to like 28. Let's go to 28. Is that twice? Yeah, we're going to 28. 27. 28. We're going to 28. All right, cool. Let's go. Boom. Here we go. So it's going to look like this. I haven't been on forums since I was a kid, so I don't know if this is cool or not. But yeah, it's going to look like this. It's going to have some pictures over here of avatars, some replies, some views, some activity. Last activity 42 days ago. This is 44 days ago. This is not very popular, is it? And then we'll have this stuff right here. So let's start coding. All right. So here we are on to step 1. So in this project, we're going to build a freeCodeCamp forum leaderboard that displays the latest topics, users, and replies from the freeCodeCamp forum. The HTML and CSS has been provided for us, and we're going to feel free to explore them. We're going to explore them as usual. Let's start with HTML, actually. Let's see. Anything crazy? No, it looks pretty standard. Yeah, nothing crazy on there. Let's go to the CSS. Anything nutty? Looks... This, we usually don't do this. And I forgot what this is, but there's that. Let's keep going. We've got the media query right here for responsiveness. But yeah, that's basically it. I don't know what this is, the TD not first child. But hopefully we'll discuss this while we're doing it. So yeah, there's that. And let's get back to it. Actually, okay, let's get back to it. So when we are ready, we're going to use const to declare a forum latest variable and assign it the string, this string right here. Below that, we're going to create another const variable called forum topic URL and assign it this string right here. Okay. So let's do that. Const forum latest equals this right here. Let's go, let's put it in a string. Let's select it from the N to the H, copy it, throw it in here. All right. Go to the N, drop off a semicolon like that. Let's come down here, do another const. We'll make, what's it called? Forum top IC URL. Okay. Forum top topic. What did I say? Forum topic URL. Okay, there we go. And that's going to equal a string with this in it. Forum top IC URL. Anyway, here we go. So let's see if this is good for them. Looks good, and submit it. All right, now we're on to step 2. So next we're going to create a const variable called forum category URL and assign it the string this. All right. Below that, we'll create another const variable called avatar URL and assign it the string this one. Okay. So we'll do 2 new consts. Let's just take these 2 while we're at it. Copy that, drop it on 3, and we'll just change the names forum category URL. So forum category URL. All right. It's going to have this inside there. Just copy that. Change this. All right. And the next one's going to be avatar URL. So let's just put avatar right here. Avatar. Boom. And then let's get this right here. Copy that. Drop it here. All right. So let's check the code. Looks good. And submit it. All right. So next we're going to access the posts container element, container ID element, by using the getElementById method, and we'll assign it a new constant called posts container. Okay. So yeah, we'll say const posts container equals document dot get element by ID. All right. And inside here, we'll call it posts. We'll use this posts hyphen container like that. Let's cap that off with a semicolon. Check the code, looks good, and submit it. All right. Now we're on to step 4. Oh, come on now. What are these clowns doing? What are these bozos doing to us? What are these bozos doing? They're making us freaking watch this whole thing. What a bunch of disgusting degenerates. Literally. 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 What a bunch of pieces of garbage. Oh, man. What a bunch of pieces of garbage. All right. Now we're on to step 4. These pieces of crap, honestly. What a bunch of greedy pieces of crap. Like, go to hell, guys. Go to hell, freeCodeCamp. Go straight to hell. So to populate the forum leaderboard with data, we're going to need to request the data from an API. This is known as an asynchronous operation, which means that the tasks execute independently of the main program flow. We can use the async keyword to create an asynchronous function, which returns a promise. All right. So we're going to do const example equals async, just like this. Okay. We're going to use the async keyword to create an asynchronous arrow function called fetch data. Okay. So let's do that. We'll say const async to create what? Hold on. Const fetch data equals async, and then we'll do this, and then we will do this. All right. I think that's what they want. Let's check the code. Looks good, and submit it. All right. Now we're on to step 5. So in the last project, we used the catch method to handle errors. So here we're going to use a try catch statement instead. The try block is designed to handle potential errors, and the code inside the catch block will be executed in case an error occurs. I mean, I don't know why they can't just leave it alone. Like some people, like they did make, hold on. freeCodeCamp. Like before, they just did this year, right? So in 2022, they made $4.28 million without doing that crap. But today they have to do that crap to us. You know what I'm saying? You know, are you not making money? And if you're not making money, don't you think you should try something other than pushing people away? You disgusting degenerates. All right, let's go back. Let's keep going. In the last project, we used the catch method to handle errors. And here we're going to use a try catch statement instead. I swear to God, if these guys keep it up, I'm just going to go over to that paid course. What is that paid one called? Well, I don't even remember. Codecademy. Because if you're just going to throw ads at me that I can't skip, why don't I just go pay somebody that's going to do it better? freeCodeCamp. You know, you're not that great. All right, so the try block is designed to handle potential errors. And the code inside the catch block will be executed in case an error occurs. So we're going to do this try, and it's going to have like a const name and a name, and then we'll do a catch. So it's going to be like an if else, but it's going to be try catch. Okay. And the catch is going to have some sort of, I don't know what that is, some sort of parameter, but we'll see. So inside our fetch data function, we're going to add a try catch statement. The catch block should have an error parameter named err. Okay. So yeah, we'll do that. We'll say try like this, and then we'll do after the after the closing curly brace, we'll do catch, and then we'll say err like that, and then we'll do this, and let's see if that works. Check the code, looks good, and submit it. All right, now we're on to step 6. So in the previous project, we used fetch with the then method to perform logic after the promise was resolved. Now we will use the await keyword to handle the asynchronous nature of the fetch method. The await keyword waits for a promise to resolve and returns the result. Okay. So let's see. So we're going to have const example equals async like this. Okay. And then we're going to say const data equals await, and then we'll have a fetch after that. Okay. And then a API inside of the fetch. Okay. So inside the try block, we're going to create a constant called res and assign it await fetch. Okay. For the fetch call, we're going to pass in the forum latest variables. Okay, let's do that. So we're going to say const res equals, and we'll do, I guess, await fetch, and then we'll have inside of here forum latest. Okay. And let's cap that off with a semicolon. Come down here, check the code, looks good, and submit it. I'm not really too sure what's even going on. Watch this, watch. You piece of dog shit. Honestly, these dogs, these disgusting dogs. Boom. You're not catching us, fools. You fools aren't as smart as you think. Okay? So anyway, step 7. We want to get the response body as a JSON object. The JSON method of our res variable returns a promise, which means we will need to await it. I swear, if they make it to where, luckily this is like the last one. So if they make it to where even if you go to another window and that thing still runs, I'm going to Codecademy because these guys are not it. Okay, this is too hard to understand to be having to be subjected to unskippable ads, absolutely unskippable ads. You get what I'm saying? Of course you do. So step 7, we want to get the response body as a JSON object. The JSON method of our res variable returns a promise, which means we will need to await it. We're going to create a constant called data and assign it the value of await res.json. Okay. So let's do that. I'm so pissed off at these idiots right now that I can barely understand what's going on. In fact, we're going back to 6. Oh, we can't. Oh my God. Oh man. FreeCodeCamp, you're just racking up some L's today, aren't you, buddy? Yeah, you are. Racking up the L's. So anyway, we want to get the response body as a JSON object. The JSON method of our res variable returns a promise, which means we will need to await it. I don't know what that means. The JSON method of our res variable returns a promise. Okay. Which means we will need to await it. Okay. So we're going to create a const called data and assign it the value of await res.json. Okay. So we'll say const data equals await res.json. JSON. That's not it. JSON. Okay. Check the code. Looks good. And submit it. All right. Now we're on to step 8. So to view the data results, we're going to log the data variable to the console inside our try block. Below our fetch data definition, we're going to call the function and open up the console to see the results. We're on Learn Asynchronous Programming by Building an fCC Forum Leaderboard. That's step 8. All right. So to view the data results, I'm reading this again. We're going to log the data variable to the console inside our try block. We're going to do a console.log, I guess. Okay. Below our fetch data definition, we're going to call the function and open up the console to see the result. Okay. So we're going to say console.log data, and then we'll come down here and we'll say fetch data, like that. And let's open up the console. Okay, so here's some data. We've got ID 6, username this jerk, name this jerk, and then avatar template, whatever this is, and then all this stuff. You don't get a pass there, buddy. Okay, you don't force things on people and then you don't get called a jerk. You're a jerk now, buddy. So there, it looks like it's fine. Check the code, looks good, and submit it. All right, now we're on to step 9. So if there's an error from the fetch call, the catch block will handle it. Inside the catch block, we're going to add a console.log to log the error parameter. Also, we're going to remove our console.log data from our try block now that we understand, oh, do we? What is being returned from the fetch call. That's assuming a lot there, bro. So if there's an error from the fetch call, the catch block will handle it. Okay, so that's what this is. Inside the catch block, we're going to add a console.log to log the error parameter. Okay, so we'll do console.log error. All right. And then we're going to remove this one. And then let's open up the console. Nothing. Check the code. Looks good. And submit it. Look at this garbage. Look at this trash. Honestly, who do you think you are? Who do you guys think you are? You're not smart. You're not slick. And you're not cool. You're a bunch of losers from San Francisco. All right? You're a bunch of losers from San Francisco. Know your place. It ain't up high in the clouds. All right. Step 10. So now it is time to display the data on the page. We're going to start by creating an arrow function called show latest posts, which takes a single data parameter. All right. So we'll start with the arrow function called that. So we'll say const show latest posts equals data arrow, this thing right here. Boom. You know who doesn't do that? Code Wars. And they're doing pretty fine, bro. They're doing fine. Check the code, looks good, and submit it. Now we're on to step 11. As we build out our show latest posts function, we'll need to call it to see our changes, okay? We're going to call the show latest posts function at the end of our try block and pass in data for the argument. Okay. So as we build out our show latest posts function, we'll need to call it to see the changes. We're going to call show latest post function right here. Okay, so we'll do that. Show latest post. Show latest posts. Like that. All right. Check the code. Put data as the argument. My bad. Data. There we go. Check the code. Looks good. And submit it. All right. Now we're on to step 12. So back in our show latest posts function, we're going to use destructuring to get the topic list and users properties from the data object. Okay. So let's do that. We're going to have we're going to do this. Okay, we'll have the object like this. We'll say topic underscore list, comma, users, space, and then we'll say that equals data. All right? Because that's how we do destructuring. If we come over here, destructuring assignment right here, we come down here and look at the object style. We have A, B equals the object we're taking it from, right? So A, B, object we're taking it from. I think that's, I don't know what this is. Oh, let's do const. Let's say const like that, and that should be good. Let's check the code. Looks good, and submit it. All right, now we're on to step 13. All right. So the topic list object contains a topics array which contains the latest topics posted to the forum. Okay, topic contains. Okay. Destructure the topics array from the topic list object. Okay, so let's go look at this over here and see what we do for arrays. So we're just going to say we're going to do it just like with the objects, but we're going to say the array name instead of the object name. So we'll say const here, and we will put destructure the topics array. So we're going to have dot. No. Maybe we're going to do like this. Const dot contains a topics array which contains the list. We're destructure topics array from the topics list object. Topics contains a topics array dot topics. All right. And then let's say that equals topic underscore list, like that. I think that's what they want. Let's check the code. Nope. We should use const space. Is that what you want? Nope. To destructure the topics variable from the topic list object. So let's do topic list. And let's call this topics. Nope. Back up. All right. It would be ABA or something like this. The topics list object contains a topics array which contains the latest topics posted on the forum. We'll destructure the topics array from the topics list object. Topics. I don't care. We're going to look at the answer. What do you monkeys want? Okay. Let's try that again. Let's do this right here. Delete this. Delete this. We'll do this. Do this. Topics. And this. Check the code. Looks good. And submit it. All right. Now on to step 14. So now it is time to start populating the data inside the posts container. We're going to start by calling the map method on our topics array. For the callback function, we're going to use an empty arrow function that takes item as a parameter. Then we'll assign the result of the map method to posts container.innerHTML. Okay. So what are we going to do? We'll say topics.map. No, we're going to say posts container.innerHTML. Posts container.inner HTML equals, and we're going to do topics.map, and we're going to say for the callback function, we'll use an empty arrow function that takes item as a parameter. So we'll say item like this and do that. All right, making it an empty callback function. Let's check the code. Looks good, and submit it. All right, now we're on to step 15. Pardon me. Inside the map method, we're going to destructure the following properties from the item object. Okay. So we will do an object like this, space, space. Push the left arrow key, ID, comma, title, comma, space, views, comma, space, posts, underscore, count, comma, space, slug, comma, space, posters, comma, space, category, underscore, ID, comma, space, bumped, underscore, at. All right. And that's going to be equaling item. And then we'll push a semicolon at the end. Let's check the code. Okay. ID, title, views, posts, count, slug, posters, category ID, bumped at. What's the difference? ID, title, views, posts, count, slug, posters, category ID, bumped at, item object equals, const in front of it. Let's do that. Const, boom. Check the code. Looks good, and submit it. All right. Now we're on to step 16. So the next step is to build out the table which will display the forum data. Below our destructuring assignment, we're going to add a return keyword followed by a set of template literals. Inside those template literals, we're going to add a table row tr element. Okay. So below our destructuring, we're going to add a return keyword. We'll say return. And we're going to do a set of template literals. And then we'll do a table row, so a tr, close tr, like that. Let's check the code. So we got this these dots over here. All right, looks good, and submit it. All right, now we're on to step 17. So in the preview window, we should see a column of commas. Yes, that's what they look like, commas, now that I look. To fix this, we should chain the join method to our map method, where the separator will pass in an empty string. Right? So we'll say dot join, and we'll put an empty string like this. Boom. Check the code. Looks good, and submit it. All right, now we're on to step 18. So inside our tr element, we're going to add 5 empty td elements. Okay. So inside here, we'll do 5 empty TDs. So we'll do a TD like this, close TD. And then we'll take this and drop it off 1, 2, 3, 4 times. Let's get all these and let's tab it over 1 so it looks a little better. Check the code, looks good, and submit it. All right, now we're on to step 19. Oh my God. How annoying, right? There we go. So to display the topic title, we're going to add a P element inside the first TD element. Between the paragraph tags, we're going to add an embedded expression that contains the title variable. Then we'll add a class called post title inside the opening paragraph tags. Okay. So to display the topic title, we'll add a P element inside the first TD element. So we'll do a P, thus tab it over 1, P, close P, all right? Between the paragraph tags, we'll add an embedded expression that contains the title variable, all right? So embedded expression with title in it. Then we'll add a class called post title inside the opening paragraph tag, right? So we'll say class equals post hyphen title. All right. So now we've got this going on. Let's check the code. Looks good. And submit it. All right. Now we're on to step 20. So we're going to keep the second TD element empty because we will add content to it later on. In the third TD element, we're going to add the following embedded expression. This with posts underscore counts -1. And this is going to display the number of replies to the topic. Makes sense? All right. So we're going to say in the third TD element, we'll add the embedded expression. Okay, so we'll do embedded expression inside here, posts underscore count -1. All right, so we've got all these posts counts right here. Let's check the code. Looks good, and submit it. What number are we on? 21. What are we stopping on? I forgot. Look at this trash. Anyway, let's see where we're stopping at. I think it was like 55. Okay, 54 divided by 2 is 27. So we'll stop on 28. All right. Good. That's right? I think it is. Anyway, 28. So here's step 20. Here's step 21. In the fourth TD element, we're going to add an embedded expression that contains the views variable. And this will display the number of views the post has. Okay. So let's do that. An embedded expression that has the views variable. Views. That's all we got to do, right? Check the code. Looks good. And submit it. All right. Now on to step 22. Boom. Get rid of this. Get rid of this. All right. So to display data in the activity column, we're going to need to use the bumped at property of each topic, which is a timestamp in the ISO 8601 format, which you didn't feel like explaining to us. So I'll take the liberty. Let's find out what that is. ISO 8601 is an international standard covering the worldwide exchange and communication of date and time related data. It is maintained by the International Organization for Standardization and was first published in, who cares? All right, so it's a international standard covering the worldwide exchange and communication of date and time related data. But what's it look like? What's it look like? This? I guess it looks like this with a 21, 10, 18. What? Z? What? Date and time. Is this today's date? Date and time in UT. Okay. Oh, this is 9:10. This is the time right now in UTC is 9:10 and 18 seconds. Let's refresh the page. How about refresh it again? No, I thought it was going to change. Oh, whatever. Anyway, so that's how it looks. We need to process this data before we can show how much time has passed since a topic has had any activity. So we'll create a new time ago function with a time parameter. Inside our time ago function, we're going to create two variables named current time and last post. And we'll set them to new date and new date time, respectively. Okay. And last post will be the date of the last activity on a topic. And current time represents the current date and time. Okay. Create two variables. So we'll say const current time equals new date, like that. So the date constructor. And then we'll have const last post equals new date with time in it. All right. And this time is going to be, I don't know. last post will be the date of the last activity on the topic, and current time represents the current date and time. Okay, gotcha. Check the code. Come on. Time ago. Inside our time ago function. Create a new time ago. Okay, gotcha. All right. Let's start here on 8. We'll say const time ago equals time. We'll have the arrow. We'll do this. We'll take this. Drop this here. Get rid of this. Tab this over. Check the code. Looks good and submit it. All right. Now we're on to step 23. So for our time ago function, we will want to calculate the difference between the current time and the time of the last activity on a topic. This will allow us to display how much time has passed since a topic had any activity. Okay. We're going to complete the time ago function that meets the following requirements. If the amount of minutes that have passed is less than 60, we're going to return the string xm space ago dot, pardon me, xm dot space ago. What? Minutes? What do you want? So we're going to have to declare minutes, hours, and days, right? What do you want me to do? All right. So let's read this again. For our time ago function, we will want to calculate the difference between the current time and the time of the last activity on a topic. Okay. This will allow us to display how much time has passed since the topic had any activity. We're going to complete the time ago function that meets the following requirements. If the amount of minutes that have passed is less than 60, we'll return the string xm ago. So we'll get minutes, I guess. We'll make a minutes thing, I guess, and put that inside an embedded expression ago. And x is the minutes. If the amount of hours that have passed is less than 24 hours, we'll return the string x hours ago. And if the amount of days that have passed is less than 30, we're going to put xd ago. All right. So here's some equations that'll help us calculate. Okay. So we're going to have to bring these down. So let's say const. Is it going to be a const though? I don't know. Const minutes equals, and then we'll do current time minus last post divided by 60. So we'll put inside of these, we'll put current time minus last post, and then we'll say divide that by 60,000, 61, 2, 3. We'll wrap this in parentheses. We'll put a math.floor on it. And we'll cap it off with a semicolon, right? So let's grab this, drop it off 2 times because they look pretty similar. 1, 2. We'll change the second minutes to hours. We'll change the third one to days. All right. We'll change the 60,000 on the hours to 36 million. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we'll put 3 in front of the 6 and add a 0. All right, and this one's going to have 5 zeros and 864. All right, so let's put 864 right here, 8640 like that. And I think that's what we need for that. So now we're going to do a return statement. It looks like, so we'll say return. And we will do a the amount of minutes that have passed is less than 60. We'll return a string. Okay. We'll do a ternary operator. We'll say minutes less than 60 question mark. And then we will say an embedded will return, I guess we'll say minutes plus m ago, like that. How about that? And then let's do another question mark. Else if. Else. Okay, so we'll do an else. What is the next one? Hours. Hours are less than 24 question mark. We will do hours plus h plus the string h space ago. All right. And then we will do another one of these and we'll say the amount of days are less than 30. So we're going to have to do just 3 if statements. Because we don't have anything to cap it off with. This is garbage. Whatever. Let's do that. 3 if statements. So if, and then we'll say this we'll say return minutes plus m ago. Throw that there. We'll do another if statement. If we'll grab this. Actually, let's set up the guts of this. Do that. Let's take this. Put it here. That's not. Yeah, hours. Put it here. Get this. Return this. We'll do a control X. We'll say return this. All right. Let's get rid of this. And then let's do the third if statement. We'll say if days is less than 30. Was it 30? 30. If days is less than 30, we will return days. We will return days plus d ago. All right. Is that what they want? Check the code. Looks good. And submit it. Awesome. Now we're on to step 24. So to display the time since the last post, we're going to call the time ago function and pass in the bumped at variable for the argument. We'll place this function place this function call inside the last TD element. It's going to be down here. And once we make those changes, we'll scroll across the new table to see the new values displayed in the activity column. Okay. So to display this, we're going to call time ago function and pass in the bumped at variable for the argument. We're going to place this call inside of this. Okay, so we'll do another embedded expression. And inside here, what we will say is we will call the time ago. So time, we'll call time ago. All right. And we will pass in the bumped underscore at variable for the argument. And that's what they want, I think. So now we got to come all the way down here and scroll over. And so we've got 40 days, 40 days, 40 days, 40 days, 44 days. Not very popular. Not very popular. Maybe we got to put it in reverse order. Whatever. Looks good. Check the code. Looks good. And submit it. All right. Let's grab this, copy it, open a new window, paste it, press enter, get rid of that. And now we're on to step 25. So we're going to need a function to convert view counts to a more readable format. What's it look like now? I mean, is that bad? I guess it's bad. So we will need a function to convert view counts to a more readable format. For example, if the view count is 1,000, it should display as 1K. Makes sense, actually. And if the view count is 100,000, it should display at 100K. Where's the 1,000 on this list, though, bro? Whatever. Okay. Did they think that this is going to be a lot more popular than it is? How embarrassing. Well, whatever. 100K views. We're going to create a view count function with a views parameter. Maybe we're going to do something to where we can sort it by views. Maybe that's what's up. If views is greater than or equal to 1,000, we're going to return a string with the views value divided by 1,000 and the letter K appended to it. We'll make sure to round views divided by 1,000 down to the nearest whole number. Otherwise, we'll return the views value. For example, if views is 1,000, our return value should be the string 1K. Gotcha. All right, so let's do it. We'll say const view count equals views. And then we're going to have this right here. And we're going to have an if statement. So if if views are greater than or equal to 1,000, we'll return a string with the views value divided by 1,000 and the letter K appended to it. So views divided by 1,000 plus a string with K. Back. Plus a string with K in it. That looks like what we're looking for. Otherwise, return views as the value, right? Else, return views. Checks out, I think. Let's check it. No, not good enough. Our views count function should return the correct string when views is greater than or equal to 1,000. Okay, let's try a different approach. Let's make a template literal. All right, let's get rid of this, get rid of this, get rid of this. Put that 0 back. Wrap this in an object. Put in front of that a $sign. Nope, not there. There. Bring this back one more. Check the code. Still no good. View count views. Divided by 1,000. K. The correct string when views is greater than or equal to 1,000. What do you want? What do you want? Do you want a space there? Nope. Still no good. When the views is greater than or equal to, that's views is greater than or equal to 1,000. Let's go to the future and see what the future says. So when we jumped in the view, that's not it. Where are we? What was that? View count. Let's go look at view count. View count. Thousands K. Oh, we wanted to do a math.floor. Okay. So let's put math.floor on this. Makes sense. Math.floor. Check the code. Looks good and submit it. Good thing we have our time machine. So now we're on to step 26. Inside the fourth TD element, we're going to update the current value to instead call the view count function with the views variable as an argument. Okay. How are you going to get offended at me doing something like this, bro? Whatever. So inside the fourth TD element, we're going to update the current value to instead call the view count function with the views variable as an argument. What do you want? Inside the fourth, we're going to instead call view count, views count, view count, view count. Boom. Check the code. Nope, not good enough. Views. Views. Boom. Check the code. Looks good. And submit it. 2 more. Good. So each of the form topics includes a category like Python or JavaScript. In the next few steps, we're going to build out a category object which holds all of the forum categories and class names for the styling. We'll start by creating a new constant called all categories and assign it the value of an empty object. Okay. So we'll say const all categories equals an empty object. Now I zoned out while I was reading this. I was thinking too much about how much I'm starting to dislike this website. Each of the form topics includes a category like Python or JavaScript. In the next few steps, we're going to build out a category object which holds all of the forum categories and class names for the styling. So we're going to build a category object which holds all of the forum categories. All right. Whatever categories those are. Check the code. Looks good. And submit it. All right. Now we're on to 28. Let's go and grab this because if you're just tuning in, we can no longer skip these. Thanks, freeCodeCamp. Way to drive us into the loving arms of another website. Step 28. So inside our all categories object, we're going to add a new key for the number 299 with a value of empty object. Okay. Inside that object, we're going to add a property with a key of category and a string value of career advice. Below that property, we'll add another key called class name with a string value of career. Okay. So we'll have 299 to start with, 299. And we're going to have to put that in a string, 299. All right. And we will make that equal an empty object. And inside the object, we're going to give it a category of category with a string value of career advice. Career. It wasn't a freaking. Hold on. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, career advice. All right, and below that, we're going to have a comma right here. And we will say class name career, string career, like that. Check the code, looks good, and submit it. All right, now we're on to step 29. So that's it for now. I'm going to do the second half in the morning, and then we'll also go on to doing, what was it? This stuff, the Pokemon. Hopefully we can get to this before they change it up even more. And then that's going to be the end of this certification that they updated so many times whilst doing this. All right. So next time we're on to this, we'll do that in the morning, and we'll see you next time.